channel. And today we're going to talk a little bit about the interconnectedness of life. And this came into my awareness while I was having coffee with a dear friend of mine over the weekend. And she mentioned and she said, Marsha, I just got this intense desire to stay at home, to cook lovely, nurturing, soul-nourishing food. And she said the word and the idea of home was just so much in her face. And I just smiled and I said, but that is so on par for where we are at the moment, especially in terms of the energies. So if we look at the astrological influences at the moment, the zodiac sign Cancer is very much active at this moment. So we are in Cancer season. Now Cancer is all about the maternal and the protective energies, and it is that beautiful part where we want to activate and live and connect with that lovely maternal energy, the maternal love, and to be protective of our energies and actually all our loved ones in general. So it adds to the emotional side and the protective tendencies that we have. But here's the interesting part. So that is in a nutshell what it is, but it's also to go back to that place where we feel the security of adding the maternal love and then feel the protection from that love. Now, interestingly enough, it goes a notch further. So every zodiac sign has got its related planet, and the related planet assigned to the zodiac of Cancer is the moon. Now the moon rules the subconscious mind, our hidden fears and our insecurities, and it's also very much related to the emotions, the family, the moods, the romance, and also the maternal love. So the influence of the moon will play out in the subconscious, and it will bubble up all the unresolved emotional involvements related to the insecurities around that maternal love, around that safety and security. And it will also reveal all the masks that we have created over the years to kind of cope with that hidden fear and the hidden insecurities. And if we're not, aware of it, it can really catch you off guard. So the focus is to be aware of all of this. So it's actually a beautiful picture unfolding around the interconnectedness of all of this. Now, to add it up a notch further, this actually plays out in our bodies, because every zodiac sign is related to certain body parts. Now, the body parts related to the moon more specifically, or let me rephrase, the planets are related to certain body parts. Now, the body parts related to the moon is the breasts, it is the womb space, it is the stomach, it's also our skin, it's the pituitary gland, as well as hydration and cellulite, or we can actually call fat tissue, right? Now, if we look at the bigger picture and bring in the consciousness or the energy related to those body parts, it actually forms a beautiful picture and creates a lovely story that we can tell around that. So if we start with the breast is all about nourishment, nurturing, mothering, and it's also around or related to our sensuality, our sexuality, and self-acceptance and self-respect, or respect of the self, right? Then if we go further down to the womb space, the womb space is also all about housing our energy, housing the energy of the maternal love, acceptance, the self-acceptance, and the nurturing once again. If we think about a baby that is growing in the womb of the mother, it is about, and the baby is also surrounded by water once again. So it's very emotional of nature, but also nurturing and protective of nature. And then the stomach as well. The stomach is also related to the subconscious mind and the stuff coming up into the conscious mind and want to be revealed, want to be seen. It wants to be nurtured and accepted and seen and protected to some degree. And then if we work with the skin, if we think about it, it's a barrier between the inside of the body as well as the external environment. So that is a protective layer to the body. So the skin, once again, is also about self-acceptance, sensuality, the sensitivity to our environment, and to be very aware of what plays out against my skin. What do I feel? How does it feel to be in certain environments? And if it's not safe and nurturing, my skin might flare up with a rash or a certain condition that is alerting my field of awareness to investigate that, right? Then if we look at the pituitary gland is all about the feminine energy, the loving, the nurturing, the nourishing energy, and the deep emotional bond that there is. It's the creativity and it's the harmony within that we want to access and also activate in times of this nurturing period in time. And then the hydration is also protection and storage, as well as the fat tissue. It's all about the protection and the storage, but the storage, and it's the housing of the feminine energy, that loving energy. And if we look at it in the broader scheme of life, this can play out in any area of your life. It can be personal, it can be interrelational, it can even play out in your work environment, any area of your life. It will reveal to you where we need to apply more of this energy, more of the protective, maternal, loving energy, so that we can create a safe, secure place for our bodies, for the soul, to feel that, to feel the connection, to feel the nurturing. And it's a very slow energy. It's asking us to go a bit slower. Now, the meridian related to the zodiac sign of Cancer is the spleen meridian. Now, if we think about the spleen and the function of the spleen, as well as the consciousness around that, the spleen is also a cleansing organ. And it is about cleansing all of the emotional involvements that is no longer for our highest good. But it's closely related to the lymph system, so it is working in partnership with the lymph to clear out all of those underlying emotional issues that wants to come up and to be released. So it's like the body is really being assisted by those systems, as well as the spleen itself and the involvement around that. So it is about inviting ourselves to be aware of the energy that we house within our womb spaces. And if we think about the breasts, The breast is nurturing. What energy are you nurturing at the moment? It's also a very fertile period. So if you are planning something new, or if you are planting the seeds for something new in your life, how much energy, how much maternal loving energy are you pouring into that? That is what the breasts are doing at the moment, right? And the skin, once again, it is about what energies are you surrounding yourself with. And if we think about the maternal love, the mother energy will make sure that this baby is protected, and we will not expose this baby to harsh environments and circumstances. So it's really to go within and do a self-inquiry around what is nurturing and nourishing to each of us. You know, it is about foods, it's about sounds, it is about what are we touching, because touch is also the energy that is in direct contact with your skin. I can just bring in a personal experience that I had last week, where I signed up for a workshop. It was an exercise workshop, and halfway through I realized this is not nurturing to my body, and I wanted to push through, but the signs in the environment was just screaming at me. The sounds was not nourishing to me, and it was like my body was cringing, and I realized I need to show up as the mother here for my body. I need to apply the maternal love and remove myself from that environment and apply the self-love, the nurturing and the nourishing. And that was also a deed of respect to myself, and also to accept my body's sensitivity, and what my body feels is not nurturing. Therefore, my body was actually protecting me by showing up with those symptoms in my body, right? So it is to work with these energies on a very high level of awareness, and to transform it by means of what comes up, transmute it, but also then try to adapt and implement new habits and patterns, which is more in alignment with what is in our highest and best good in each phase and stage of our lives. So I hope this was helpful to any degree, and if you found it helpful, that you might share it with someone that might also find it beneficial to some degree. So this dear friend of mine also gifted me with a beautiful poem, which I would like us to close this session with. And I'm just going to read it to you. It's a poem called Winter's Whisper, and it's from Emma McCallan. In winter's grasp, a silent song, a season's breath where nights are long. The world in frost lays still and white, invites the soul to seek the light. Amidst the chill, a sacred pause, a time for rest, to reflect, to pause. It teaches us in its austere grace to slow our steps, to find our pace. In winter's cloak we learn to slow between life's ebb and silent flow. For every leaf that falls away, a space for growth come the day. It's in the stillness, deep and pure, we find the strength, the courage sure. Through darkest nights, the stars are seen. In quiet depths, our souls convene. For in its breath, a wisdom lies, to teach the soul to clear the skies. Winter's chill invites us to retreat, to find warmth in hearts, not in heat. I think this is so applicable to the time we find ourselves in, and may this inspire, nurture, encourage and nourish you to also find that within. I'm sending you so much love. Till next time, take care. Bye.